Testing, testing. All right, amazing. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week's episode. Can y'all see my dog? I don't know if y'all can, but wow, I'm tired. What's 45? What's 45? 90, so it's like, okay. I'm trying to do the math of when I'm going to have to run. Today was supposed to be a sprint interval day, so it probably works out that it would change it to a recovery day. Am I happy about it? No, but is that just how it is? Yeah, it is. Anyway, good morning, beautiful people. Today's drink of the day is what I have been calling and what I call a trashy bar margarita. Hold on, let me have a sip. Because, like, have you ever had you've ordered a margarita at a bar and it came in like a big, like, plastic cup exactly like this one, or like a big glass, because that's weird for margaritas. Margaritas in total, it's 2 ounces of tequila, an ounce of orange liqueur, I guess, like an ounce of lime juice, and like half an ounce of simple syrup, maybe. Right, that's like a traditional margarita. That's 4.5 ounces. Does that look like it would fill up from 4.5 ounces? No, this is 16 ounces. Usually with bars, I'm pretty sure it's just because they have a premix, and so it's just like measured out that way. But in my case, I didn't want a premix, so I made some sour mix myself. Um, Gosh dang it, my dog smells bad because he decided to play with an outdoor fly trap, and now I'm gonna have to wash him. But on the bright side, we went to war and won with the flies. I don't know if I told y'all about that. I told y'all about the maggots, I'm pretty sure, but not the war with flies. So we'll get to that in a second. But when the maggots were crawling around my house and I saw them, that was literally a horror movie. And then to make it worse, just when I thought that I killed them all, I thought I was finally free. I come home literally on like a random Tuesday and there's flies everywhere, literally swarming my house. I couldn't cook in my kitchen. I couldn't do anything because they were everywhere. And that's not an exaggeration. Literally like 30 to 50 flies in my kitchen alone. It was horrifying. But yeah, so that happened. We'll get to that in a second though. But yeah, good morning, beautiful people. Um, Excuse me, I'm so tired. I am so tired. I've been at work. I almost got a clean 40 hours of at work this week, but it broke at 39 minutes. Wow, 39 hours, 50 minutes. I did technically take like an hour and a half off of work on Tuesday, but I ended up compensating for it. Um, and it's okay with me because I'm about to get my PTO. I'm so excited. I haven't gotten like a full week of paid time off, maybe ever, if not in a long time. So I'm super excited for this. I'm planning to take full advantage of this, okay? I think next episode, I might just record 2 episodes back to back tonight, but I don't think so because I have to, like I said, I have to go on my run, so probably not. But maybe next episode, I go shopping with y'all for where we're gonna go for my birthday. But also then again, I probably shouldn't put that on the internet. So maybe not. But anyway, sorry, I need more of this. Oh my goodness. Look how nice it looks, Loki. We ate. We ate. Hold on. Where I was getting at with this, by the way, was that I'm not using premix. I don't know. I don't need those calories. I don't need that hangover fear. I don't need any of it. And so I just made my own sour mix. I just made a normal margarita and topped it with sour mix because that's the closest thing I can think of. You can't really just dilute it in any other way, really, with a margarita. It came out good. I like it. But yeah, now we have that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking for my birthday, okay? I already have something planned, right? But I'm thinking after that something, like, especially with where I'll be, I'm thinking of like right after my birthday, just like flying somewhere else. You know, the hard part about my PTO is I can't decide if I want to use it just being a normal person in my city, you know, just being like LARPing unemployment for a week in my city, or if I want to use it, because then I can really get to know myself better. You know, I can like have time to do things around the house that I wouldn't normally be able to do. I can have time to go to places I wouldn't normally be able to go to. I can do cool things like go and see one of my plans is like locked in if I'm not traveling is on discount movie day. I'm genuinely just gonna like go to like 3 different movie theaters, maybe only 2, but and just see a ton of discount movies. Like I'll just see a movie at like 10 a.m. because I can. Like quite literally that simply because I can. And then I'll go have like lunch and then I'll go see another movie at another theater right after that because I can, you know, unemployment behavior. Um and I'll be being paid to do it by the way because my paid time off. But anyway, I need to stop playing with my earbuds. I already broke them. We'll get to that in a second. But someone give me my pen back. Not like that, like this pen. An actual literal pen. Y'all know I'd be fidgeting with this. But anyway. So yeah, I plan on doing that. I'm thinking about like going like regularing a coffee shop and all that stuff. I have I have some ideas in mind. I do, but then again, I would also love to get paid to travel. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be so cool. Are you kidding me? Um, and so I'm seriously considering after like my birthday event, just hopping on a flight and going somewhere like in a different country, for a few days during my PTO. But I don't know because then I'm gonna get back tired. You know what I mean? After a vacation, when you're just exhausted and you have to unpack everything and you have to deal with all that stuff, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still deciding what I want to do, but I think I want to do something. You know what I mean? I'll keep you all updated. But anyway, I'm really excited for PTO. It's coming. 3 more work days. Let's go. I'm so excited. But yeah, I worked a full week this week. So I'm tired. Not just that, but y'all know I'm always on. I'm not the type to like be like sitting on the couch just watching TV or something. I'm like every day after work, I'm like cooking or I'm cleaning or I'm doing something. Whatever it may be, I don't know. I'm doing something. And so I'm running. Most recently, I did a long run. It was a 7.11 mile run for an hour and 5 minutes. I'm always up to something. So yeah, it can be tiring. It's a life I really enjoy and I really am grateful for. But I'm so sorry if I'm overexposed right now. But anyway, I always say that and then I look back at the video and I'm like, no, I was fine. But right now it looks like my face is just glowing low key. But I need contacts and glasses. I really need to call the eye doctor. I haven't got an exam done. All I need to do is order them. That's all that I need to do. I should really call them. It's like my ex. I should call him. Except contacts. But anyway, yeah, I should really call them. Y'all put that on a reminder. Chat, not ChatGPT. You guys being chat. Make a reminder. Set a reminder. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm pretty tired, but again, it's not anything unusual. I will say though, that was really good. What is this, bro? Salt. I'm gonna have to clean this now. Anyway, I'm really, really excited for my PTO because I'm gonna get like a week and a half off, you guys. It's not all paid, but like a week of it is sort of, it's complicated. But I'm gonna be paid as if I worked. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna disclose that. But I'm gonna be paid for part of it, and still get some extra off. Even though I won't be paid for it, I'm still excited, and I've needed this so badly. This year, I told myself I was gonna be more intentional about using my time off, and I've been doing good about it so far. It's July, and I hadn't used any of my. No, I didn't have much of a choice. I will say I didn't have much of a choice because yeah, I need to be careful actually, because I have to remember my PTO and my vacation, like they don't expire until. Or sorry, they don't reset until my anniversary date, which is like mid-year. It's not like January 1st. So I need to be more careful about that. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm just really excited, you guys. Oh, dang, this is really bad, actually. My P2 like just reset, and I've already planned to use half of it like a month in. Anyway, I should really reflect on that. But I'm still being intentional about it, and I don't know. I'm trying. Okay, we're learning, and I have been more intentional, but we're still learning. Anyway, aside from that, there's been a lot going on. Wow. Okay, what has been going on? I've been going on longer runs, like I just said. I ran a 10K yesterday, not necessarily intentionally. I knew like it was my goal, and I knew it was probably gonna happen because Garmin estimated I'd run like 7.33 miles. I was like, I probably won't hit 7.33 because I don't think I'm gonna keep a perfect pace for an hour and 5 minutes. Because previously the longest I ever ran was like 56 minutes, and it wanted me to run faster than I've ever ran. So I figured I'm probably not gonna hit it exactly, but I'll probably hit at least 7 miles. That was my goal. But at least I at least wanted to hit a 10K, which is like 6.2 miles, something like that. I assume because a 5K is like 3.1 something miles. So yeah. Anyway, and I did. I hit a 10K. That was intense. It was fun though, but I don't think fun's the right word because I had to run 7 miles. I mean, I do love running, but I'm also not the most patient person with like things that take a long time. You know what I mean? I genuinely get through it by blasting music so horribly loud that I'm just so distracted the entire time that I kind of just forget that I'm running. Because otherwise, girl, if you left me with my head, like just my thoughts to run for an hour, don't do that. I would be over it within 4 minutes. All I'd be able to be like is, this sucks, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. That's also a reason I don't like slow runs for the same reason. You get bored so easily. It's just like the whole time I'm just like, oh, is the run still going? Compared to like with a fast run, I don't know if it's just because like survival, you know what I mean? Like you're kind of just like fighting to like keep going. So you're less focused on the clock and more focused on when should I like hydrate again? When should I blah, blah, blah. Don't look at the clock. Don't look at the clock. Don't look at the clock. Like that kind of thing. Um, I don't know. There really are their own things. They're their own battles. I was talking about that with running. I was talking about how like zone 2 runs and slow runs versus like base runs and like more fast runs, I should say, like interval sprints, threshold, whatever it may be, which translated to pure English is basically slow runs versus faster runs are two different battles, okay? Slow runs, like zone 2 runs, they are muscular like warfare, okay? It is like pushing your muscles in a weird way. Like it's harder in the physical sense. It's harder in the sense of getting your foot off the ground and back on the ground and off the ground and back on the ground. Every single time, you just feel it so much more. And it's more physically exhausting, I would argue. But fast runs are harder because you can't really. I'm more specifically speaking towards like longer fast runs, like not just like sprint for like 40 seconds type thing. That too, though. But like, in the sense of like, you can't really just do it faster. You know what I mean? Like with like I don't know. Whenever your goal is mileage, I guess I should say, then it's one thing. But my goal at least is never mileage. It's always time. It's always run at this pace for this long. It's not about that's going to equal 7 miles. It doesn't mean, oh, if you run faster, you'll be done sooner. It purely means run this pace for this long. So you don't focus on the mileage. And so like at least for me, the hardest part is getting through it. Like, because you can't just really be like, oh, I just need to make it to this point and then back. You can, I guess, depending on how you route things. I kind of just go based on how I feel. I don't know. I'd be running, okay? I just be like, I'm going to go this way. I fully plan to go that way. And then I'm like, I don't want to cross the street. I'm going to go this way. And like, I ran an insane loop the other day. And the crazy part is that insane loop to hit that 7.11 miles is not going to be long enough for my run tomorrow, which I'm going to try to do at 5 a.m. Pray for me. I really want to wake up that early and do it because I am so tired of running in the heat. You guys, running is so much easier when it's not burning hot outside. Did you know that? No, because why is that kind of good? That literally tastes like something you'd get at a bar. Anyway, and so, girl, me rimming it with salt, knowing I don't like salt rims. Anyway, it's for the aesthetic. And it can't be sugar, not on this cut. Thank you. Anyway, and so where did we leave off? Oh yeah, my run tomorrow is gonna be, let's see, 14 minutes longer than the hour, because it's gonna be an hour and 19 minutes. Which, by the way, when I remember runs used to be cute until I started half marathon training. And I can't even say until they got to the point of being over 50 minutes, because I will say the first day of my half marathon training, when it said run for 40 minutes straight, I was like, girl. Because mind you, before this, the longest I ever ran was 1.5 miles. So the longest I ever ran was like during a recovery run when I was injured, like 16, maybe 17 minutes. And they said 45 or 40. I think it was 40. I don't know, one or the other. I was like, yeah, so nobody prepared me for this. I did it, but it was hard. Kind of. Define hard, I guess. But no, it was hard. Objectively, it was hard. But it's really just, it just gets more intense, because now I'm running almost double that, 79 minutes, literally almost double that, which is crazy, but such a blessing. But anyway, yeah, it's intense. It's getting intense, y'all. Like, what do you mean? But at the end of the day, think about it. What I ran yesterday was, what was it, like 2/3, I think it was, of what I'm going to be running on. It was about 2/3 of what I'm going to be running for the half marathon. This is also exactly, by the way, why I signed up for a half marathon. Because my thing was, I wanted to push myself, and I wanted to run a race, and I wanted to run like a real race, especially like with the type of event that I'm going to. I didn't just want to run a 5K. At that point, by the way, I'd never ran a 5K. I ended up accidentally running a 5K the weekend after I signed up, or the weekend that I signed up for the half marathon, because the run was longer, and then I was having a good time, so I just kept running. And it had me doing it at a recovery pace, so it just felt so easy, so I made it a 5K. But like, before, up to that point, I never ran a 5K, but I was like, I think a 5K would be too easy, because I did know one thing. I've been running 1.5 miles every day, like during my lunch and all this, just every day, right? For the past, I did it for 31 days. The 31st day, I think, was the last day, or it was the day that I started the half marathon training. Yeah, it was on the 31st day, I believe, because they're 11 days apart. Well, sort of, -1. It's 31 days apart, actually. So yeah, on the 31st day, I think the math says that then. On the 31st day of running 1.5 miles, I finally started running longer distances and stuff. And so I knew a 5K was going to be too easy, though, because that's basically just double what I was running during lunch. Like I knew that was going to be too easy. I had months for that. That's crazy. A 10K, I was like, that'd be a good challenge, but I want to have the word marathon in what I'm writing. And so then I was like, yeah, okay, so really our choices are half marathon or marathon. But I knew a marathon was going to be too much, and it was going to hit. I love running. I actually enjoy running. I like running. I knew marathon training was going to make me no longer like running. It was going to make it become something that I had to do, and something that I didn't enjoy doing. And like right now, where would I be? If we're a half marathon right now, I'm running for an hour and 19 minutes. Where would I be if I was full marathon training? I don't want to know. I do not. Every time. It's like clockwork, bro. It's because I'd be nervous. Y'all be making me nervous or something. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. And so I ended up going for the half marathon, which by the way was so expensive. Races are so expensive, but I'm super excited. But I'm just so excited, Eva. I'm so excited. But I'm not, okay, when I say I'm excited, I don't mean it in the sense of I want to do it tomorrow. No, please give me months, plural. Please give me months, plural. I am not in a rush because I have a lot of training to do and a lot to do. My target pace and estimated pace. Now my estimated pace, thank God, keeps going down. So like that's a good sign. That means I'm improving, and I am improving. But right now, my what I set for my goal pace, because that's what Garmin started with with its estimate of me, and thank God it's gone down like 3 minutes since or something crazy like that. Maybe 2 minutes since, but still. Um, I think it was 1:37:37. So an hour, 37 minutes, and 37 seconds is what it estimated. Now it estimates. I don't know. Let me just check really quickly. Right now it's estimating 1:34:32. So yeah, like 3 minutes difference. But honestly, I'd be happy with 1:37:37 because that's impressive. But I think when I did the math, that pace is like six something pace, which is insane. I don't run a six pace for normal runs. My easy, healthy running pace is like 9 pace. I can comfortably run. That's what I did for the 7.11 miles. I comfortably ran. I was averaging like 9 pace. But even with that one, I ended up total, it was like 9:13 or 9:20 or something like that. But that's my point. Is like I'm not ready for that yet. Let's see. If I ran a half marathon at 1:37:37, what would my pace be? So it says that would be 7 minutes and 27 seconds a mile. I'm not there yet. Although hearing that, that's possible because I ran that for on my 31st day of running. My pace was 7. It was close. It was around 7:30. I don't know. Let me see what it was. But me opening up Strava. Follow me on Strava right now. Right now, you guys. Am I gonna give you my Strava? No, but find me and follow me anyway. But not in a stalking, creepy way. Oh, a new house on Zillow. Should we look? No, we shouldn't. Lock in Logan. Okay. Day 31. Let's see if that even works. I'm not sure it will. It doesn't. That's so sad. Alexa, play sad music. Day 32. Come on. It has to be right here. Not them trolling me right now. I'm calling the police right now. I'm just going to have to manually scroll by hand. Bear with me, chat. Bear with me. There's so many workouts. Because that's the other thing, too, is I do weight workouts and running workouts. So I literally have to have 2 times the amount of activity. So bear with me. Okay, here it is. Okay. I ran a 7:34 pace for a mile and a half on day 31. So I do think that's an achievable pace for the half marathon with enough training because I have enough time. I still have months. Right now I'm averaging a 9 pace. That's not impossible. You know, that's cutting off a minute and a half per mile. I really do think that's achievable. But we'll see how that works, how that goes. I'm super excited for it though. To see where it goes, what happens. Super nervous though. I don't know, what do y'all think? Chat. Are y'all nervous for me? That is so good. You guys need. Anyway, so yeah, I'm nervous about my run today. I always be nervous about my run. That's why I want to just do it first thing tomorrow. And it's just done, you know what I mean? Although last time I ran in the morning, my recovery run was just a recovery run, by the way. Slowest run I do. Although I swear, I feel like I'm more at injury risk with recovery runs than with normal runs. How does that make sense? It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Anyway, so enough with the running. That's all the running stuff we have for now. Let's focus on other stuff. I have been I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that one. Actually, we're gonna keep that one to ourselves for a bit. Have you all ever heard of like high protein ice cream? Like, you know, like people making like the Ninja Creamies and all of that stuff. I made some and I thought it was gonna be so good. It looked and smelled so bomb, okay? And then I tasted it. It tastes like what you would expect it to taste like. It tastes like I don't know how else to explain it. It tastes like what you would expect high protein homemade ice cream would taste like. But I will say it's a good illusion because it has the texture of ice cream. And the protein goes crazy. 300 calories, 45 grams of protein. It's insane. But anyway, yeah, it tastes like it's 300 calories and 45 grams of protein. There are ways to hack things, okay? That recipe wasn't one of them. I think I put too much cinnamon or espresso powder. I don't know which. I mixed. Okay, here's the recipe: 1 cup milk, a scoop of protein powder. I use specifically double rich chocolate from Optimum Nutrition. Like a quarter of a teaspoon or an eighth of a teaspoon, I don't remember which, of cinnamon. Like half of a teaspoon of espresso powder, I think it was. And then a little bit of salt if you want, and a little bit of vanilla extract if you want. One of them I did a little bit of the salt and the vanilla extract in, the other one I didn't. I tried the one that I didn't, and it was not good. I would not recommend it. But anyway, back on track. Lock in. So I was doing my recovery run last time in the morning, running a 10:45 pace. For me, that's slow. For me, that genuinely feels like a power walk, okay? I get not everybody feels that way. For me, okay? And so I've 3 times now been on a recovery run and just felt like I was going to encounter an injury. Yesterday was like it seemed like my hip adductor or abductor. I never remember which one. I don't really know which one's which, honestly. But like my like inner thigh groin area where like specifically it reminds you of the machine where you work out, where you squeeze your legs together. That area, right? It was bad. But I just kept running because I was like, gotta stay consistent. Because I be doing that. But anyway, thank God I haven't been injured yet, honestly. I am careful though. I try, okay? But pride is a bad thing. Anyway, hold up. Let me have a sip. The way it tastes like lemonade and limeade. The way it kind of is. Because sour mix is just lemon juice, lime juice, and simple syrup. Anyway, so I don't know what it is about recovery runs, but they'd be like, hey, should we injure you? But at this point, my legs are kind of down bad. I checked my graph yesterday and said in the past 7 days I ran 30.3 miles, which isn't the 40 I want it to be, but a lot. It's still a lot. It averaged 4.3 miles a day. That's a lot. But man, I'm so tired. Me not being able to say that enough. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to be that person. I'm just so tired right now. And I don't want to go on that run. And I don't know what else. I mean, I can keep talking, like, trust. But I just be so tired. I don't want to run, chat. How to run without running. How to have energy, no caffeine, no stimulants. I have so much to do. That's the crazy part, is I have 6 steaks thawing in the fridge. And I have to record this, edit it, render it, upload it, go on my run, and cook the steaks in the fridge. How am I supposed to do all of that? I'm not. But I'm going to. And I'm just so not looking forward to it. I'm thinking like a crock pot thing. I'm thinking if I just throw it all. I don't know. I don't have the logistics figured out yet. I'll let y'all know. But like, I don't know what to do, you guys. I'm a little overwhelmed. But maybe if I sip on some margarita during my run. I'm joking. That's a horrible idea. Do not do that. I just don't know how I'm gonna get through all of this. How am I gonna cook 6 steaks in one night, chat? Because I took it out of the freezer about 2 days ago. So today's really the last day before I should cook it. So I should cook it today. But how do you cook 6 steaks? Just throw them in the oven and hope for the best? I could. That they're not going to taste great, but I could. I'd rather them taste great. I'd rather fry them like the first time I cooked them. Oh, so good. But that, you know how much effort that takes? I do. And it's horrible. It like, you have to like drown them in salt, which, do I even have that much salt? That's the thing. Like, do I even have that much salt? Me just crashing out for 20 minutes straight. But it's okay. But then that's the other thing. I don't know. See, this is life, okay? Is I have to do all this and then wake up at 5 a.m. to go on a long run. And again, last time I went on my long run in the morning, which is where I was trying to get with all this, it was a recovery run, but like I like pulled something a little bit, not majorly, but like a little bit from a recovery run. And I think it was just because my legs weren't nearly warmed up enough. Now I did do warm-ups. I do the warm-ups I usually do. But to be fair, I had just woken up, and all I did was some like ankle rolls, calf raises, and a little bit of like kicking my leg up to my like butt and stuff. But like, I do not want to run for an hour and 19 minutes tomorrow in the afternoon. I want to just have it done in the beginning of the day, have the energy from it, be good, be chill. Mornings pass so much faster than afternoons too. Like, y'all have no idea. I can't believe it's already Friday. Dang, that means my watch is... I forget I have to, like, be charging my watch because it be lasting a while. But, like, I don't want to do it tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to need this margarita. I need this marg. I'm so tired. But, you know what? We're going to get it done because guess what? If we're one thing, it's consistent. And that's why my VO2 max is 57 lately. Getting back to what we were talking about before. The flies, okay? So I do think I told you all about this. I came home, not last week, but the week before, from a run. Actually, a long run. But I came home from a run, and I saw worms crawling on my floor. And I was freaking out. And so I tried killing them. And then I just kept seeing them. It was genuinely a horror movie. I think I told you all about that. I went to warfare with them. I bought some like indoor insect killer and some like blue light fly traps or whatever that weren't working because of where I was putting them. And I just called it a day. And I killed literally by hand about 50 maggots that day. It was insane. But then I stopped seeing them, and I already had that insect killer on anyway, so when they crawled out, because they kept crawling out, they would die. And I saw it firsthand. They did die. But, man, when I tell y'all, I thought the war was over. I thought I won because I spent the entire day that Saturday going to war with the maggots. Not an exaggeration. So then I come home Tuesday in it, of this week. I just see flies everywhere. I was horrified. I couldn't cook in my own kitchen. I couldn't eat in my own living room. I couldn't exist in my own home. So you know what I did? I went to war. Because this is not a maggot household. And it is not a fly home. We don't just regularly have flies buzzing around like, oh, they're just flies. I will not be that person. So I went to warfare with these things. I bought sticky fly traps for windows, 2 packs of them. Fly traps to hang from the roof, 2 packs of those. I bought another, I already had an outdoor fly trap over there, which I was putting right by the back door. Bad idea, by the way. I bought a second one because I was told I should hang a second one outside, but I didn't want to do it until I really had to. And thank God I didn't, because I didn't have to. And also my dog ended up eating it, but we'll get to that in a second. And I bought fly swatters, by the way, the best tool you can use. It's amazing how much I underestimated a fly swatter. Like, amazing. I killed by hand probably like 30 to 50 flies. I'd say closer to 30 though. And there were still so many. My trap still caught so many. But I went to war. I think I bought like maybe one or two other things. I don't know for sure, but I resprayed the areas because I had mopped and I realized, oh, that's gonna get rid of the protection. And we got it all done. But sorry y'all. I just keep thinking about all the stuff I have to do, but I need to find out how to make those steaks lazy. Honestly, I might just throw them in the oven. Like, shoot, I can just use them as like a topping or something. I don't know. Anyway, and so I went to the war with the flies, and thank God, a few days later, there's like maybe one or two flies that I see, but they were dying rapidly. And the fly traps, I wish I could show y'all. It's honestly so satisfying how many flies are on all of them. They worked so well, thank God. And so we have won the war, but man, it ate up another one of my days, bro. I was so tired that day too, but I didn't have an option. That was a really upsetting and hard day. Hold on. On the bright side, it got me to finally pick up my dog's poop outside. There was a lot of it, by the way. Genuinely like 20 pounds of it. Not exaggerating. Maybe more. But it was a lot. Because I bought the trap. I went to work, obviously. Did a full day at work. Got home. I had to roll the trash back in or out. I don't remember which. Back in because it was Tuesday. No, it was out. So it had to have been Monday then. I had to roll the trash out. I had to scoop up and throw away 20 pounds of dog poop. I had to go and buy and set up a ton of fly traps. I cooked towards the beginning. I made myself a little bit of like Greek yogurt buffalo dip. So good, by the way. I need to throw that out. But anyway, yeah, I did a lot. I don't know. It was a really busy day. There was a lot going on. There's a lot going on at the moment. I'm so tired. Me just when I overthink. Sorry, I'm thinking about work. Overthinking that work. But yeah, so that happened. That was the fly and maggot story. I mean, y'all already knew the maggot part of it, like I said, but anyway, so as for my dog getting into it part, let's get into that. Yesterday, I let my dog outside, okay, to go to the bathroom, as he does, right? He is a dog. Dogs go outside, right? Right. So, hold on. So my dog's going outside, and he will not come inside. And eventually I get him to come inside, and I smell this horrible stench coming off of him. And it smells just like the outdoor fly trap. And I was like, you better not have. So I go outside, I see, because the storm blew off the fly trap from its hanger, and it landed on the ground. My dog took it upon himself to rip into the container that, mind you, smells like rotting trash. Why does he want that? And filled with dead fly corpses. And I don't know if he ate it or ate them or what. I really don't. But I know I could smell it all on him, like on his nose. And I was like, why would you do that? So I like prepared his cage for the night. I like removed like blankets and stuff because I figured he might not feel great after eating that. I researched it and looked it up. It was dog safe. The outdoor fly trap is dog safe. It's not like poison or anything. It's just like an attractant to attract the flies to that bag, and then they get stuck in the bag and they can't leave the bag. That's what it's not like poison, thank God. But I figured maybe he wouldn't feel well in the night, so just in case. And he ended up being fine. That dog is made of steel. He's thank God, honestly. But then he doesn't learn his lesson. I let him outside again today, okay? And I call for him and I call for him and I call for him and he doesn't come. So I go to find him, getting concerned at this point, and he is investigating the bag more. It's just so irritating. It's like, give it up. Why are you so invested in a nasty smelling funky bag? What do you want out of rot? What do you want? Are you a fly? No, you're not a fly. You're a dog. You won't even eat ramen noodles. What do you want with a rotting bag? It's just insanity. Hold up. No. The mug is almost done. But anyway, yeah, it was a really interesting decision on his part. I don't know what somebody please tell me in the comments, why do dogs want that? Why would anything want that, to be quite honest? The last thing I can think of to give y'all an update on, because yes, relevant information. First of all, it's final. It's officially summer. Happy summer, you guys. Summer officially started when I uploaded last week's episode, so June 20th. Once again, I'm filming this on a Friday again. So tired of it, I know. But throughout the week, well, I just want to be resting and relaxing because work is just a lot. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a hard balance, hard decision to make, but I've been doing it. But anyway, so as for the cut, okay? For the cut, I have been I was losing so much weight so fast at first, right? But now, I weighed myself this morning and I weigh exactly what I weighed like a few days ago. Now, I'm not saying that's unhealthy or anything. I'm just saying I'm concerned. Because I'm still eating pretty cut, like, but I'm not losing weight. And I'm like, well, I need to be losing weight. I have plenty of fat to lose still. Like, honestly, look at me. Y'all don't see it? I do. Haha, y'all wish you could see under my shirt. No. Anyway. Clip that. That's crazy. Do people have that? That has to be like an AI feature where you can search somebody saying something. That has to be a thing that AI can do. There's all these AIs with stuff like that, like Opus. I heard of Opus, but it uses credits, and I don't trust a girl that uses credits because I don't know how many credits I'm gonna use. It feels like spending money. I don't want to be spending money. I want like ChatGPT where technically you have a certain amount of allotted tokens, but like they replenish. You know what I mean? Like compared to like with Opus, you basically got like 5,000 a day or something. And girl, I don't want to budget my credits with you. Plus, I don't want to pay money for you also, because that's the other thing. They give you like this money for free, and then they like pay money for it. So like if you like it, then you're stuck. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. Last thing I'll touch on before I go is Love Island. Okay, I keep hearing about Love Island, y'all. Yesterday I was on my recovery run. Again, I had another recovery run. I know yesterday I had one too. It's an ego hit, but honestly probably necessary. Anyway, and so I was on my recovery run yesterday, right? And I was watching nothing. But I was thinking about watching Love Island, the newest season of Love Island. I was like, I keep hearing about it. I kind of am getting FOMO. I saw, by the way, there's 20 episodes, but I think to be fair, that's because there's an episode that's been coming out, I think every day except for Wednesdays or something like that, right? So it makes sense that there's so many episodes. Hold on. Why do you think they limit them to one drink a person? Doesn't that seem excessive? You could at least make it 2 or 3. But anyway, and I tried watching it. I was so excited because I guess Peacock still has a free option. I didn't know that they had that. But turns out you have to pay for the non-free option to watch Love Island, which is really smart on their part, but really sad on my part because I don't want to pay them money. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't want to edit this. And I mean, editing this one will be so easy because, like, there's not much I have to edit out. Like that one time, bro, where I had to learn motion sensing freaking. That was insane. I'm not gonna elaborate too much, but I had to learn a really complicated feature, Loki, and it took me literally like 2 to 3 hours just to learn the feature alone. Like nothing else. It was insane. Um, but anyway, I need to go on my run, so we're gonna leave it at that. The mark has been finished, by the way. Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, please leave a good rating, the best rating you can, a like, 10 stars, 5 stars, whatever. It means the world to me. I would love to do this full time one day. Yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm so grateful for everything that I have, and for you guys being willing to listening to my life. Like, that is such a blessing to me. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. I love you all so much. Bye, guys. I love you. Say it back. Are you gonna say it back? Say it back. Oh, I don't want to get up. Boom. Somebody just insert that as if it's the actual outro. Somebody, I am somebody.